Angela and this is Devon Threadtails. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be going through my video of Frugal Frocks 2021. Now, if you haven't heard of this challenge, which I'm going to be really surprised if you haven't, then it is a challenge that's been set up by two ladies, Ruan from the Yorkshire Sew Girl and Sam from Frugalisama. And I'll put their details in the description below along with everybody else's. But this is a challenge that was set up by them. Now, if I've got the story right, they are both Yorkshire lasses and they got yapping to each other and decided that they wanted to do a bit of a sew along together. Then decided they were going to open out to lots of other people, became 40 plus sewing vloggers, and then opened it up to absolutely everybody, and then managed to get lots and lots of goodies and prizes and things for everybody to be able to take part in this challenge and win something. So I'm going to try and give you a little bit of a background, but I'm sure you've probably heard all about it from lots of other sewing vloggers. So I'll put up on the screen a picture of all the vloggers that have been involved in this so that you can go and have a little look at their videos if you want to. The idea behind it is that you get a pattern that is free. Now, preferably it's free to everybody. So for example, you can go online and maybe download a pattern from a sewing magazine or from a company that's giving away a free pattern or something like that. There are obviously lots of different ways in which you can get free patterns, but it would be really good if the patterns that you use are free to everybody. You then take a piece of fabric that is from your stash, so you're not buying new, and you use up a piece of fabric, hence being frugal frocks. And within that, once you have done all of that and you've made your dress, you can then post it on Instagram on the 31st of March and be in with a chance of winning a prize. So it's really exciting, and there are lots and lots of YouTube vloggers, like I say, that have been involved in it. Now, on the list that I put up just a moment ago, you'll see lots and lots of people's names and dates next to them, and that's the dates in which their videos have come out. And just before my video, the really lovely Chloe from Pink Zips posted her video, and tomorrow Laura from Cotton Reel Studio will be posting hers. So please do go and check out both of their videos. I'll put a link to their channels in my description below, and if you have a chance, go and have a look at everybody else's videos too. Okay, so today I'm going to share with you a few ideas of dresses that I think that I might be making. And the idea behind sewing vloggers putting a video up is that not everybody's aware that you can get free patterns, so it's really great that everybody can go and have a little look and find out about free patterns that are available. And it also makes it accessible to everybody, which I just think is really, really fantastic. So I'm going to have to refer to my list. The first thing that the first dress that I came up with when I was having a little search was from the Love Sewing magazine, and this is a free download, and it is the Anza Dress. Now, I really like this. It looks like a very relaxed V-neck shirt dress, although it's not got a shirt dress bottom, it's just a skirt bottom. It looks like it would be a really comfortable but sort of reasonably smart dress to wear in the summer. I just thought it looked really nice. I love the pocket detailing on it. I like the fact that it doesn't have a collar, but it's got a V-neck. I like the sleeve length. I just really thought it was a lovely dress, and it looked like it's quite an easy sew as well. So the fabrics that I've got in my stash are this one. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you all of this. It's actually a border print. I'll turn it around. So it's a border print, and I thought I could probably incorporate that in being on the bottom of the skirt, and then use the rest of it obviously for the rest of the dress. I really like this. I know it's black and the dress looks like it's something that's going to be suitable for the summer, but this fabric is really, really lightweight. Now, I'm pretty sure I got this fabric from Rainbow Fabrics, but I just can't 100% remember because I got it a really long time ago. But it feels like a viscose, and it just feels like a really nice weight, and it feels like it'd be really lightweight for the summer, and I think that would make up beautifully in the Anza dress. So that is the first dress that I'm thinking of making. Now I do have another fabric which I think would look quite nice, but I bought this on a bit of a whim. And when it came, I wasn't 100% sure whether or not the colour of it was really my colour. So it sat in my stash for a long time, but I'll show you. Oh. So it is really quite bright. I'm just not 100% sure about it. So I'm toying with that one as well, again, for the Anza pattern. So I'm just going to go back to my notes and refer back to the next dress because I just can't remember the names of them all. So the next pattern that I'm looking at is a pattern that I discovered a long time ago. Now I've never actually sewn it, but I follow this lady on YouTube and she is just amazing and her teaching is so phenomenal. It really is absolutely great. And she is from Made to Sew. I'm sure you've probably come across this YouTube channel before, but again, I'll put the details of this down below. Now she's put together a free sewing patterns. I believe she sells sewing patterns as well, but this is a free one and it is a very simple shift dress or top. And it's just a very, very basic pattern, which she then says you can then elaborate on and explore. And once you get that bodice block for yourself completely correct, then actually the world's your oyster. You can make lots and lots of different things. And the pattern is called the Copen top or dress. And I think that this would be really nice in just a very plain fabric. Now, again, I was looking through my fabric. I think the ones that I was thinking of for the Anza dress are too soft and floppy, and I don't think that these would be particularly appropriate for that. But I have got this quilting cotton, which I know quilting cotton is sometimes a little bit frowned upon in the sewing world as it being not really a dressmaking thing, but I've made loads of stuff out of quilting cotton, which has been really, really nice. So I'm not too afraid of using it. If you use it for the right garment, I think it's absolutely fine, and I think a shift dress would be really lovely. So I've got this quilting cotton that I've had for a very long time. I had the idea that I was possibly going to make a some sort of a work dress out of it, and I think if I made that Copen dress out of this would be quite a nice dress. Not very fancy or frilly or anything like that, but I think that'd be quite nice. Now I bought this from Haberdashery Fabrics and More a very, very long time ago. So, but it's a quilting cotton which I see all the time in all sorts of shops. So I think it would be quite accessible if anybody wanted to get it, and really inexpensive, which is, you know, really great as well. So I'm just going to grab the material and the pictures for the next one. So the next dress that I've been looking at is the Sew Daily Flirty Paper Pieced Dress. Quite a mouthful. Now again, all of the dresses that I'm mentioning I will make sure I put a link into down below, but this is a free dress and I can't quite believe this is a free dress because it looks absolutely amazing. However, out of all the dresses that I'm talking to you about today, this is the one that I am least likely to sew, but I really wanted to include it because it is so beautiful and the picture that is on the website is just absolutely amazing. I mean, the fabric it's been made out of and everything is lovely. And the reason that I think this is the one that I would least likely make is because I think that I would come across lots of fitting issues with this, and time is of essence, and I want to make sure that I get something sewn up in time and looking lovely, and I just don't think I can face the challenge of fitting a bodice. But if I was going to make it, then I think I would make it out of this fabric. Now, this is a viscose linen that I bought from Sew Over It years ago when I very first started sewing, and I got very excited and over ambitious and bought a load of patterns and bought a load of fabric, and then was terrified at messing anything up. So this fabric has sat in my stash for years wanting to be made into something, and I've just never made it. And I love the colour, I think the colours really suit me, but I just can't quite decide what to make. But I think in this dress it would be absolutely stunning, and although I might not do this for this challenge, it might be something that I look into doing a little bit later when there isn't a time pressure, because I do think that this would work really well with this fabric and it would have a really beautiful effect. This fabric, although it's nice and soft, it has an element of stiffness to it, and I think that it would hold the structure of that skirt really, really beautifully. So that, I think, is all of the woven dresses or woven fabric dresses that I'm thinking of making. So I've now got a couple of dresses which would be made out of jersey. So I'm just going to grab the fabric for those. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about a couple of knit dresses, and I'm actually going to put both of the pictures of both of the dresses up on the screen. The first one is a named jersey knot dress, which is from the Love Sewing magazine. And the second one is from the Little Lizard King, and it's the Galena for Women dress. So I have chosen both of these dresses, but I have a selection of jersey fabrics which I think would be suitable for both. So rather than splitting it between them, I thought it'd be really good to show you these. So the first one I'm going to show you is a very, very cheap and very inexpensive jersey that I bought from Hobbycraft a long time ago with the intention that I would just make some sort of a t-shirt dress with it. But, you know, like anything, I got it, brought it home. I think I even washed it, put it away, and then just forgot about it. So I've never really done anything with it. I think this would be more appropriate for the knot dress than it would be for the Galena dress, because I think that the Galena needs a little bit more drape, and this is a cotton jersey, and I don't know whether the sleeves, well, I don't know actually, maybe because it hasn't got as much drape, the sleeves would be more emphasised, because they've got like a bit of a balloon sleeve at the bottom of the Galena. So maybe that would be quite nice, but I thought that this would hold the knot really well on the knot dress. So again, I thought that would be quite nice. It's totally and utterly plain, so I could put anything with it, and yeah, I just think that would be quite nice, and it'd be really nice to get it out of my stash, quite frankly. So that is the first jersey that I was looking at. I was then looking at this jersey. Now this is a viscose jersey, and it is a particularly loose, fluid, really lightweight one, and I think actually again this would suit both of those dresses very, very nicely. I got this fabric from John Lewis one time when I was visiting my daughter, and it is just this, I don't know what you'd call that, it's a grey, but it's like it's not a seal grey, is it? But anyway, it's a very, very light grey. And I think that, again, this would look really lovely with that knot detail at the front of the named jersey knot dress. And I think that this would carry the balloon sleeves of the Galena really, really nicely as well. I quite like the fact that I've chosen two different plain fabrics, because I do think that I have been choosing a lot of pattern fabric recently, because I think, you know, I always shy away from pattern fabric, so I've kind of really taken it on board and try to have as much pattern as possible. Quite nice to have a few plain garments, and I do think with how lightweight and fluid that is, that would be a really beautiful dress in either of those dresses. So that's my option 2 for those two. I then have 3 viscose jerseys which are quite the opposite from plain. And I'm not 100% sure on one of them, but again, I'm sure you guys will let me know what you think. So the first one is this beautiful viscose jersey that I got from Material Girl Laura, who unfortunately doesn't have a shop anymore, but when she did, she sold beautiful fabric and it was really lovely. And yeah, I've got this fabric, which I think I would say would suit the Galena way more than it would suit the knot dress, but I just thought that was quite nice, and I thought that would look quite nice with the balloon sleeves, and it would be quite summery. It's my sort of colouring, so I think it would suit me. So yeah, I'm really tempted by that one too. Tempted by all of them. This is the one that I'm least liking at the moment. I got this one from Haberdashery Fabrics and More. Oh, actually, it's not a viscose jersey. This is a cotton jersey. And this is very similar to the other one, but it's a bit greener. And I I don't know, I kind of regret buying it, because now that I've got it, I've kind of gone, oh, I just don't know that I'm going to use it now, which is a bit of a shame really, because it is beautiful fabric. I just don't know that it's me, and that's why I thought, oh, I wonder if I could just make it up in doing the Frugal frock tails. But if I'm not going to wear it, then there's not an awful lot of point. But I don't know, what do you think? Do you like this colour fabric? Do you think that's nice, or do you think, I think that suits me better. Yeah, that definitely suits me better than that. I keep saying I'm going to do a D-stash account. I must do that one day, but maybe I'll put that in my D-stash account. It's a shame because I've got absolutely loads of it, but I don't know. You let me know. So I'm showing you fabric I'm going to make something and then saying I'm not going to make it. The last fabric that I have, which I might make up either of the dresses in, is this Viscose Jersey, which again was from Material Girl Laura. I bought this originally in mind to make the kilo wrap dress, but I've just never got around to making it, and I really like it. It's got these squiggly circles all over it. I just think that's really nice, and again would make either of those dresses really, really beautifully. So that is that one. I did have in mind, because on the Galena there are a few different options. You can have just a plain bodice, or you can have one which has got a button placket down the front. Now I think the button placket is actually a faux button placket. I don't think it's real. And I saw somebody on the pictures had made it out of like a jacquard jersey, so it was ever so slightly textured, and I really liked it. Now this is in my stash, and I bought this before this challenge came out, but I only bought it recently, so it was literally just before the challenge came out, and I bought it from Minerva. In fact, it's still got the label on it, look, so haven't even washed it yet. And this is a beautiful sort of textured jersey, which again I thought would work really, really well, but maybe with the button placket down of the Galena. So yeah, not quite sure. But those are the dresses. I can't remember how many dresses that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different dresses that I'm sort of toying with. My favourites, excuse me, so far are the Love Sewing Magazine Anza Dress. I think that's really lovely, and I think my favourite fabric for that is that one there. And then my next favourite is so I'm just looking at my notes. My next favourite is the Little Lizard King's Galena dress. And I think my favourite for that, I think actually is possibly this one. I thought this one would be nice, but until sort of seeing it up on the screen like that, hadn't realised quite how much I do like it. So those are the two that I am most drawn to, but let me know what you think in the description below. Although I will say it's the 16th of March, and I hopefully will have already started cutting this out before I've even put this up on YouTube, because otherwise I'm going to be doing some frantic sewing between now and the 31st. Anyway, I really hope that you've enjoyed watching that. I really hope that you've enjoyed watching everybody's videos that's been posting about Frugal frocks. It's been a lot of fun to be involved with. I really hope that you guys all get involved in doing the Frugal Frock Challenge. You don't have to even take part. Maybe just do it for yourself because you just quite fancy the idea of using a free pattern and maybe just using up some of your stash. So that might be quite a nice idea to do, either or. So do let me know in the comments below which of those dresses you thought were nice and which ones you preferred. And also let me know if you're taking part, and if so, what you're thinking of sewing. Anyway, I'm going to leave you all now. You take care, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye.